let's get started. I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough on how to get into and edit the back of your do-it-yourself website. So you go to your URL and you put in /wp-admin like this, and when you click that, you'll be given a normally you'll be given a username and password to put in there, and you'll have that on the help sheet. Then once you log in, you'll end up on your dashboard, and here you'll have a heap of different notices and things depending on what plugins are activated on the website. If you want to go and hide any of these, you can untick these different things here, and that will only show you what you want to see on your dashboard. Next one down is posts. Now, posts are blog posts, blog articles, and the template, most templates come with a heap of templates. I suggest you go through, find the ones you want, delete the rest, and save them as a draft, so you've got them that you can use. So the way they work is that you can just click on the name or edit, and you can open whatever it is and how to edit it. So there's the text editor, which is this, which is a bit of gobbledygook to most people, or the visual editor, which most of us understand. If you don't see this full tool menu here, click this toolbar toggle, and that will show you. So you can just click on this and you just edit it as you go, the same as just a normal word editor. If you want to add media, you can just add media. If you want to go to a new line, it's enter. And I mean a new paragraph, a new line is shift enter. Okay, so that is the basic layout. So what we've got is some extra search engine optimization functionality in the back end of blog posts, so that this is important that you do not keep on pressing update or publish over and over and over again, because that will ping the search bots and they will end up ignoring you and you'll be blacklisted. So if you want to look for changes, look at changes on what this looks like on the front end or what others people would see, go over to this button over here, preview changes, and look at it. When you're happy, do the update. The less times you need to update a page, the better, because you only need to ping the bots once. So they come and index keywords, and that is one function that you won't get with any other platform. And it only works on blog posts, it doesn't work on pages. Now, so this is your standard editor, this is what it looks like. You go to click on, whether it be, if you're on a post or a page, you have the two options of editors. You have the standard editor, and then you have the advanced editor. Now we're in the advanced editor. We have page layout, which is how the page is broken up. And you can just drag and drop those there, or if you click it, it will put it at the bottom, and then you can drag and drop different things around. So this is just how the page is broken up. The next one, which the things that go inside the page layout, is things like this text box, which is this. If you want to add another one, bring it down there, and there it is there. And you just click on it, and you've got the normal editor here. And this is where you can put it in. You can add media. You click on there and add media from your media library. And you can actually pull things directly in from Unsplash, which has 2 million plus free images that you can use. However, critically important, I would go to unsplash.com first, get them, resize the image, compress the image, and then upload it into your media library. The pages will load faster and everything else like that. Okay, so that's a critical thing. Well, we won't pull an image in, but that's how you do it. So that's bold, italic, dot points, blah, 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 blah. Create a link. You want to create a link, you use this one here. Okay, so that's all the basic stuff. Make sure you save changes when you do it and save changes at the end. Each of these sections on the page and this page can be saved as a template. So if I just want to save this block here, this is 101 block, I'm going to click this button here and I can name it and save the element. If I want this to clone this one-to-one page section, which includes this text box and this text box, I'm going to click on this one and it will clone. If I want to edit this one-on-one section, I can click this edit button. I can do the same with this section here, which is the text box. So I can edit the text box, I can clone it like that, and I can name it and save it as a template. And when I save the page, it will save it in here so I can use it on other pages. So that's the basics of it all. And if you want to delete it and you didn't mean to put it there, then you can just delete it. It's simple as that. And this is just a few other settings for the sidebar and whether you want a transparent header and any feature images and things like that. When the SEO plugin is activated, which it isn't on this because it's on the test server at the minute, you'll get here, you will have the SEO keywords and descriptions. So make sure you do that because it will also give you a ranking of how well the readability of the page is and your SEO score for this article. And you go through and fine tune that. So that's the basics. And so when you're finished and you're happy and you've previewed it, then update it. So that's blog posts and pages work a very similar way, except it doesn't ping the search bots. Events is with the plugin too, so you can organize events. Media is on every do-it-yourself website, and you click on media, and this is where you can upload your media to. But important, I'm going to say it again, is resize images to the largest size that you're going to ever want to need on the website and compress it. And when you compress it, you go to, there's a free tool called tinypng.com. So go here, find the image, and just drag it into it, and it will compress it. And you see here that compressed this image by 53%. And you click here and you download it, and then when you're in your media library here, you can just drop and drag it in there. So the critical thing is, the other critical thing for the search bots is Google can't see images, okay? A voice search can't see images. So for search bots to be able to index images and to help with voice search and to help with blind people that are relying on audio to tell them what's on the page, that's why you need to put an alternative text. So the title needs to make sense. The alternative text needs to make sense, and then you can just copy and paste that also in the description. That is critical for good image indexing for Google, okay? And then when you finish, you can just save it. So, and it will auto save. If you click here, you'll see it just says save, and it will save it. But we don't need that image in there, so we're just going to delete it permanently, and it's done. So that's the media library. So this is where you can add new media to it by dropping and dragging it, or just go and do it, and whether it be images or PDFs or whatever. Videos, I suggest that you load them from another video source, and so it doesn't slow your website down. So either you bring them straight in from YouTube or Vimeo, and there's a section in Pages and Posts that you can just go to Media, choose Library, choose Images, and you choose the video, and then you can copy and paste the URL from the video from YouTube or Vimeo. So that's as easy as that. So this is the media file. So remember, keep the images as small as you can and make sure you compress them first. Okay, going down underneath the media file, we've got pages. So we click on pages, and in this template, we have the About Us page, the blog, and there's different sections of the blog post, the shopping cart, the checkout for the e-commerce store, the homepage. It looks like it's been duplicated a few times, just so you can choose which homepage that you like the look of. And there's 77 pages if you have a look down at the bottom. So you can go through, and if you only keep the ones that you really want to keep, and you can go through and say, I don't want that one, that one, that one, and then just go through the bulk, and you can move them to trash, and they won't be lost. And then when they're in trash, you can then open all the trash ones, and then you can delete them fully. So it just saves you accidentally breaking something. But let's just jump into a page. It works very, very similar to a post. You can change back to the default WordPress editor, or you can use this the same as every other, as what I showed you before. So once again, we've got the layout, how the page is broken up, and then the content elements that can go in it, whether it be special headings or text boxes or tables, or add some team members or icon blocks, or anyway, it's all there. And then you've also got the media elements where you can add images, add a video, header sliders, and all that sort of stuff. What I do suggest is that you stay away from using the advanced layer slider. It is extremely complicated, okay, and you'll spend a lot of time. So this works the same. Is each of these sections have sections within it. So this is a color block, as you can see. Inside this color block is a header rotator. And so you can click on there to edit the header rotator, and this tells you what it is. And this is the different things. And so every section is very easy to change and move, and you change styles and everything else. So to see what this page looks like, you can just preview it. Excuse me for a sec while that's loading. This is what it looks like with that header rotator. That's how it's formatted. Okay, so just jumping back in here. So you just click on the element, you can edit it, or you can click within the little edit box. You can clone each section, and you can save as a template. When you save it as a template, when you save the page, it'll end up in the templates. And when you're on another page, you can just click that, and it will load that single portfolio slider 2/3 page at the bottom, which is here, and then you can move that and drop it wherever you want. Okay, and then you can edit it, and you can swap all these bits around and make them in whatever order. So that's how easy it is. And you edit it, click it. So all you need to do is change, basically, is change the words and the images that suit you, and just drag and drop a few boxes around. And that's it. And when you finish, make sure you update. We don't need to update, so I'll just jump to the next. Comments, I suggest you switch comments off. And to do that, it's down in settings, and you can go through your settings, which is general writing, reading, discussion. Are the main ones that you want to make sure that you go through and make sure I set right, you know, your time zone and the site description and title and description and discussion, whether you want people to comment on pages and stuff like that. I suggest you turn it off because you get a lot of spammers that will just waste your time. This has the pop-up builder enabled, so you can just go and create a pop-up and change it so it pops up after someone scrolled a certain amount of the page height or over time. The next one, this is the theme. Okay, so the theme is enfold, and within the theme there's 36 templates already. So if you want to change the template, you go down to demo import, and these are all the different ones, and you can view them before you actually click to import them. Remember, if you import them, all your media and other things that you've changes that you've done on the existing template will be lost. Okay. However, there is a way around that, and what you can do is you can go to export, and you can export the theme that you want and different settings, and you can go through, and then when you're on the new template, you can go and then import some different template files and all that sort of stuff. Every single thing. So the general styling is what color you want the background image to be and all that, and it's, you just go through on the logo, colors, background, everything else, text, alternate text, the footer, the socket down the bottom, the background, the fonts, what sort of fonts you want, what size you want, and all that sort of stuff. Then you can go to the advanced one, and you can do a heap of different things. So you want to make all the different size headings a different upper and lower case or not. You can go through and you choose each of these, and where you want the menus to work different, well then you can go through and choose all the different menus and sub-menu options. How you want the menu to appear on the page, and well, it looks like a mobile view, you can do all that there. How the header is going to be, the sidebar settings, the footer settings, the blog layout, all the social profiles, performance, so you can turn things off that are not used. Newsletter, you can connect it to a MailChimp account, which is free for up to 2,000 contacts. Other Google services here, so you can set up reCAPTCHA for your forms within the page to stop spammers from filling forms out, and that's I would recommend doing the reCAPTCHA version 2 with the fallback version 1. If you get stuck, just give us a yell. We're happy to help. It's a demo import, and the theme, this is where you can do the update. It'll come with the license activated, but you might need to manually update it occasionally. So basically, you don't really need to change a great deal. First off, go to your demos, check out all the demos and have a look at which one will work best for your business, because all you need to do is change out the images, the text. You might just change the order of the page around by dropping and dragging it, and maybe the colors on the template are not the colors for your business. So in there, you just go to your general settings, and this is where you just change the colors for the logo area, the background, the alternate background, the primary colors, and all that, and the main content area, the alternate content, the footer and the there. So there's not a great deal to change. Just remember, any changes that you do on one template, if you change it to another template, you'll overwrite those changes, and those you'll probably lose the images that you put into the folder as well. So if you're not sure, take a copy or go down and you can export different sections of the template. Okay. So moving on. So your do-it-yourself website might not be an e-commerce website. If so, you won't see WooCommerce because that's the shopping plugin. This is where you can look at orders, customers, coupons you've got set up, discount coupons and all the settings, so you can link it to different payment platforms and all that sort of stuff. Products is where your products are, and categories. Analytics is where you can go and look at analytics for orders and categories and everything. Marketing is where you get an overview, and that's where your coupons are there that you want to set up. This do-it-yourself website also has the forum plugin activated, so we can see forum and topics and replies. Appearance is, this is where all the different themes are, but naturally there's only one theme per website that's activated at any one time. And then you've got customization, but you don't really need to get into there. Widgets are in the footer. They're the footer sections or the sidebar sections. And so you can just open the footer. You can put whatever it is that you want to. If you want to add your shopping cart into the footer, or you want to add your Facebook page block into the footer, you just go choose footer 3 and add. And once you update and put your URL for your Facebook page and you click save, it will be there in the footer on every page of the website, unless you've got the footers hidden, which you can do on every page. So you can hide headers and footers on every page, which you do within pages. You can create landing pages so people are only on the single page. They don't see the menu or the footer in this case. Anyway, so that's widgets. Menus is where you can, this is where you can shuffle the menu order around, create new menus, or select whichever menu that you want to edit. So you can make pricing underneath products as a child of products, and make our story say, like you wouldn't really, but our story as a grandchild of products. So it's a child of pricing, and pricing is a child of products. As you can see, that's the hierarchy. And all it is drop and drag. Make sure you save it when you're finished. If you want to add any special custom links, you just go here, put the URL in, and what the menu button will look like. I mean, as in the words, and then you just add it to the menu. So you can add all your pages, just find the page that you want, click it and add it. Simple as. Okay, so that's menus. Make sure you save it before you move on. Pop-up themes, that's part of the pop-ups. The theme editor. Yeah, I don't need to save anything on that page. Okay, the theme editor, as you can see, this is the enfold theme, but we've got it as enfold child. The reason we've done that is that if you want to do extra formatting within your style sheets or within your theme functions, you can do that in the child theme. And whenever the theme is updated, it won't overwrite any of these things. Okay, so the best place to do that is in Appearance under Theme Editor, and go to make sure you're in Child Theme, and that's where you can add the special style sheets. You probably will never need to do that. We've added some normal style sheets that we use all the time already as part of it. So that's where you change that. Next is plugins. Plugins are all the extra coding. So when you've got the base, which is the WordPress website foundation, then you've got plugins that work alongside the theme, and then the theme has different templates. Well, in this case it does. And so if you change, and other templates have like the media file and stuff like that in it. So if you change the, WordPress and you start from scratch, you've lost all this. So you've lost your theme and everything else. If you change your theme, you've lost all your templates. Okay, so that's the hierarchy. Is WordPress is the foundation software, then you've got your template sitting on top. I'm sorry, your theme sitting on top with the plugins, and then you've got the template that sits on top, the thing that gives you the structure of the pages and what color the font is and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so we're in plugins, which is just all the different software, and there's hundreds of thousands of different plugins. A lot of them do the same job, so just you don't need to do much here, but there might be ones that you're not going to use, so you can deactivate them and delete them. You can easily reinstall them. Always make sure your plugins are up to date, because they create a security risk if they're not. Because hackers will find their way in, or they'll conflict with newer ones, and then you'll end up with an error message on your website. So just keep things up to date. That's all you need to do. Same as normal maintenance of anything. So these are all the different plugins, and you can deactivate them. You can, if you want to add a new one, you click the add, and then you just go and get it from the WordPress repository, and most are free. They have a lot of them, and a lot of them have a paid version as well. But you can search for them here, or these are the common ones that are used. But only use them if you need to use them, because the more plugins, the more images you have, everything else is going to slow your site down. Okay, so that's plugins. Users is where you set up other users. When you do set up a user, make sure the password is nice and strong, so at least 15 characters, numbers, letters, upper and lower case, and characters, you know, question marks and exclamation marks, and because that's critical. Don't make the passwords easy. Tools. The only thing you really need to do in here would be to export the website and import the other website. If you're going to do a major update or change or something like that, I'd recommend just grabbing a copy. We take a copy anyway on the server. If we need to implement it for you, there's going to be a time that we'll need paying for if you break something. If you do the basic things, you don't need to stress it all, because everything's fine. So that was tools. Under settings, there's a couple of the basic ones here, which is your general, which is title, description, and there's writing and reading and discussion. So that's things like your time zone, who can comment, and they need to, whether you're going to get an email every time someone leaves a comment. As I said before, I suggest you just turn comments off. And don't let people leave comments unless they jump through a few hoops first, because otherwise you get a heap of spam. Media is just the size of the media file, so what standard thumb size you want. You shouldn't have to change any of that. The permalinks you won't have to change. And these are the other some of the other plugins. So plugins are either in the sidebar here or under settings. That's where you'll find them if you need to go and change anything with them. Insights is your analytics, so you can have a look. It's a free version, so you can have a look at the different analytics for your site. HFCM is your header footer code, and that is where you can add a snippet for, just copy and paste your, say, your Facebook pixel into the header, a header tag on here. I'll just open it just to give you a bit of an idea. And so there's no snippets here, so you just add a snippet, then choose whether it's going to go on the header, which it will if it's a Facebook pixel. That way anyone that visits your site, Facebook knows that they visited your site. Okay, so it's good for tracking and stuff like that, especially when you're running Google Ads, and bring them back to your website. So you can do other tags and other things in there that's extra stuff, extra software would like to see, because then it knows what pages are what on, and you can track people. WordFence, you shouldn't need to touch this. It should just update itself. But what it does, it's your 24/7 security and lets us know if there's an issue as far as security goes. Smush is a image compressing plugin, so that just helps make the image size smaller, lighter, so they load faster. However, saying that, before you upload a image, it is critical, very critical, that you resize it physically, and then you compress it, like with tinypng.com, to make it a lot smaller. To give you an idea, if you had an image and you made it half the width, say, so it was half the size, the physical file size would be a quarter the original size. If you're going to upload images, if you don't need a transparent background, do not upload a PNG, because it can be 20 times larger in file size. So it's going to take 20 times longer to load. So if it doesn't need to be a PNG, upload it as a JPEG. So that's the basics of it all. So there shouldn't be a great deal you need to change. Okay, so just the main ones is your post for your blog articles, your media library, and your pages on the site. And within the Untitled Child theme is where you're going to change the styling of the theme, of the template that you choose. So choose a template and change the styling so it reflects your business colors and font styles and things like that. So before you start, what I would recommend that you do is know what colors that you do, have them down as a hexadecimal color, and you can go and choose that. So it's just hash and then six digits. So that's then make sure you've got the wording for each page that you want, have that on a Word document, find your images, resize them, compress them, and then you can jump in here, decide on which template you want to use, change it if you want to change it away from the existing one, and then jump into Enfold and change the colors and the styles. And copy and paste in your text, change the images, press save, and then you're well on your way. Now, if you want to get this ranking better, we've got some SEO search engine optimization tips. We've also got some programs that you can run. Anyway, all those details are on the client's help page, along with other videos on other bits and pieces around editing your website and getting better Google ranking. Anyway, that's all for now. If you need anything, give us a yell. I'm Dave from FindNet Solutions. Talk soon.